Hello, today I'd like to talk to you about security and being anonymous on the internet. Anonymity is the word. This is your right. This is what the internet is for you to be able to get out there and be who you want to be and not have restrictions. But I want you to know that being anonymous on the internet is actually impossible. First of all, if I was really trying to be anonymous, it wouldn't be my real voice. Look, we've got this piece of hair. You can see my skin color. Are there any marks on my hands that, like, identifiable? Look, there's a little cut. If you found that, or let's see, where's one of my, I hurt my finger. That would immediately identify me if you found me right now. But look, there's this piece of hair that's coming out. It goes on and on. I mean, my glasses are showing something back, so that identifies the area. Can you see the skyline in my glasses? But it's not really about actually being anonymous on the internet. It's about being able to say something without the fear of a bunch of people coming back and knowing who you are. Something that maybe isn't the nicest thing to say. Something that maybe could get people upset. Something that may cause civil unrest, I don't know. Whatever it is, you should be allowed to speak to your neighbors and the people of your community about any of your concerns, about anything. If it's helicopters are flying around, what was with the black helicopters today, this is me and my neighbors and where I live in my hometown, in my children's hometown, and I have a right. Now, that doesn't mean I have to be anonymous all the time, but what it means is that if I wanted to be anonymous, I should at least know how. So here's what I suggest that you do. First of all, don't make some kind of crazy video. If you do, buy the most generic mask at the most generic store that's available at so many different stores. And friggin' get a new one each time. Don't make many videos, whatever. I didn't know. But definitely don't be in front of your vehicle. This vehicle is registered under my name, so it would tie to me. It would show that it was me in the video somehow. But if I give you nothing today except this one thing, I want to give you this one thing for free. I want you to remember this. Metadata kills people. When you create a video, a picture, a text, a call, anything, the GPS location is tracked, the time, date, so much stuff is in this file. We're talking about a very large video file or a large enough photo where if we had to look at the ones and zeros, oh my God, have you ever seen in a text file what a JPEG looks like? It's this huge amount of just garbage, garbled. In there is freaking exactly whoever you are in your freaking Android login, and when you took the picture, logged that it took a picture, where you're, everything, even the laptops have location sensors in them for GPS. So remember, metadata kills people. Don't do something that's gonna get you killed, okay? Come on. All we're talking about is being able to be anonymous. So how do you do that? Well, everyone says VPN, I'm on a VPN. Did you pay for that VPN with your own credit card? Okay, I want you to pay me for this information. So if you feel this is comfortably something that you could monetize and add some money to the buy me a cup of coffee or whatever it is thing that I probably have somewhere around this video, is First of all, go get yourself a traceless or a less traceable, like buying a gift card. Now, there are a bunch of reasons to have a business, to expense things, and not be charged tax twice on earning something. But realistically, that does offer some anonymity. You can be an anonymous company in Delaware in the United States easily. And I also know how to do that. But anyway, first of all, you need to get yourself a credit card where you handed someone cash and they put the cash on the credit card. All you have to do is be a traveler and bring your cash, and this is how you do it. Now you're going to have full surveillance on you when you make that transaction onto that card. So that does have to be, really considered. Unless you found a little hodunk store where they're selling these, and yes, they are still valid. No, they didn't expire yet, and they don't really have the security camera, more than the one security camera over the counter, and you go buy a rechargeable or a one-time use online debit card. And with that, you buy your email that you own, and you buy a VPN, and you consider buying an offshore web server. So, realistically, there is nothing that can be kept secret over electronics, because every single communication chip since the 80s or something, man, has had a requirement that the US government has a back door that their government officials can use. And so when they required China to put that back door in for them, China said, "Oh, I'll put one in for me as well." And so we've got multiple governments. We're also looking at Russia, who was, Asia is not the only place. I mean, there's Saudi Arabia and everything. But anyway, anyone can pay enough money and put a bug in a chip that doesn't even need battery to run. It's so micro tiny. It's got its own little charged up batteries as soon as, and oh my God, the intricacy of how they're doing this. Every single device, whether it's turned off, whether the battery is taken out, the only way to have stopped it from communicating was to have actually cut the Wi-Fi wires. It does access through the chip connection to the motherboard or whatever. It does access the antenna. And if you clip its antenna, it can't give you the free 3G, 4G connection that it reserves for itself. A government 4G connection, of course. There's always the backup requirement for emergency services. I mean, these are things that we need. We need to be able to communicate. But that's why none of this matters. But if you want to be anonymous on the internet to your local law enforcement, to your neighbors, and to even possibly that hacker kid down the street, I can show you how to do this. It's very difficult and very time consuming. And if it wasn't my hobby, I would never have done it. But don't have an identifiable, look how identifiable this is. Don't have glasses that reflect another image for someone to analyze and to look at over time. And tell what season you are. Can you tell where I live in the world? Because of the temperature? I don't know. So the deal is, be careful. But remember, there is no way to be anonymous on the internet. But it is your right to be as anonymous as reasonably possible.